to another episode of Knicks Morning Coffee. I'm Mr. King. Y'all know my partner, Joe Cool.
What's going on?
All right. Today we're going to recap last night's game. I'm talking about the individual playoff performances and then see where do we go from here. But first, please like, comment, subscribe. And if you can, share the video. We did it, man.
Tell a friend.
Yeah.
It ain't the word.
Yeah, we did it. Game one is in the books.
Let's go.
Yeah. You know, for all the naysayers who say we couldn't do it, and particularly for all the people who say they want to jump on the bandwagon, a lot of Knicks fans are saying don't jump on the bandwagon. I'm saying go ahead, jump on, but should we start to lose, don't jump off. If you jump off, then we know you're really one of them kind of people. So you're either all in or you all out. It's either one. But we knew that this series was going to be a good series.
Right.
And we knew that it was going to take a lot. And it's going to take a lot, you know, for us to win these games. So Knicks got game one versus Cleveland. Like, we took command of our own destiny, which was good. That, you know, we played this game at such a high level, our two stars, even when their star was having a great game.
Right.
So that's, you know, things like that. Like, you're proud of the win, but I'm proud, too, of the way that we won. Like, sometimes when their star struggles, then the first thing you hear is, oh, y'all only won because, well, Donovan had a great game. Yeah. Donovan couldn't have had a better game, and we just took control of our own destiny, and we just rode it out to the end. Mm-hmm. I think everybody knew what their assignment was, and we stayed focused.
Right.
Yeah, so we can't ask for more than that. That's like, it's almost like it couldn't even be scripted that way. Brunson was the starter that took over the game for us, and Josh Hart, and not IQ, was the bench player that took over the game for us. And we definitely got to talk about that. But the first quarter, Brunson came in looking like he was ready.
Yeah, Brunson came in like, I've been here before. So
Yeah. He came in and he just like set the tone, and it was just a shame that foul trouble, you know, put him.
But the crazy part, everybody knew.
Yeah.
It's like all season is like everybody knew Randall was the guy, but then game one, everybody looked at Brunson, even Randall. It was like inbound, they looking for Brunson.
Yeah.
It was no, oh, I got it.
Well, when Brunson went out,
people bring the ball up.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
But when Brunson went out, it was a group effort to even get that 10-point lead when Brunson went out, and for the most part, we held that 10-point lead.
Randall took over a little bit, I think.
Oh, he definitely took. No, he definitely.
In that first
half, he definitely took over the game as far as being that solid contributor that you need from a star. And to me, we can't. Okay, we know it could get better, but we can't ask for more than that for what he did.
I mean, for winning, and I don't think it was the best performance. Like, for Brunson was the best performance, but for winning that with that kind of performance, it could get better than what we just did. Like, that was like to me, it was still like a little bit of a bad game for us. You know, RJ wasn't.
We're gonna get into the player performances. But as far as for me though, if we had to say with Brunson, that was a steady game of him taking over, like in the third quarter in particular, but even down the stretch. So I don't think Brunson's gonna give us really more than that.
I remember he had what? I don't know if you got that clutch gene now, man.
Nah, I did. I didn't. I thought, and I'm gonna go back and say it. And then to me, that really still holds true. Even though Brunson is the one that's carrying us, I felt we needed Brunson to be he should have really been the third wheel, because you know we're still gonna run into some teams where they may try to shut some of that down. Oh, let me just skip this right quick. Now this was crazy to me. When I don't know if you remember, point to the stretch of the game, and I'm gonna skip to the end. We'll go back with Osman on Cleveland when they kept putting Osman on him.
I didn't know why they kept doing.
And then the other part, I said, okay, maybe they know he's a stellar defender we don't know about, because everybody got a wrinkle in the playoffs. But then I said, do this dude know Brunson left-handed? Brunson kept driving left-handed. Yeah, and I was like, damn.
But I don't even know. It wasn't like he was playing great defense on him to be playing him like.
That's what I mean. Yeah, right. But I thought maybe it's something
because they said they're gonna put size on Brunson.
Nah, that wasn't it.
Because of the post moves that he could do, I guess. But they still couldn't stop it.
That wasn't it, because Brunson's left-handed and he was driving left. So you was giving him the left lane. Now, I don't know if the thing was let's send them left and then send over the shot blocker, but you was letting them go left. All right, but
Now that I
Brunson,
think about it, do Brunson really even play lefty? Like, I know he's lefty, but do he even give you the impression that he's lefty? Like to notice.
Well, when he crosses over, he always comes back left.
Yeah, true.
You know, and then there's times where, of course, he'll come back and take you right, but a lot of times he'll come back left. But he got you, But he also had 27 points. But I think like two keys to me for winning the series after watching the game now in its totality is that we got to limit our turnovers, especially in the fast break.
Yeah.
Because we can't afford to give up on them easy baskets.
Yeah, I think it was the nerves of a couple of our players.
Yeah, we was throwing that rock around like it was a ping pong ball. And
Yeah, you can see the nerves on their face.
And even though they was doing it too, as far as taking care of our own business, yeah, we definitely, I know Tibbs gonna break their back, probably in practice today or tomorrow, because they gotta clean that up. And then the other thing I thought that to win this series too, that we have to, now they just couldn't guard Brunson, and parts of them they couldn't guard Randall. But we got to exploit the mismatches. Like, I thought there was times when we should have isolated RJ when Mitchell was guarding him a lot. For one, try to get Mitchell in foul trouble, and two, make him work on defense. Like, he was getting some deflection steals because he had all that free time. But we should have isolated RJ and let RJ do his thing on him. Like, you going to put Donovan on me? Let him go to the hole the way he do.
Well, now that was still, RJ was in a couple of them situations. Like you said, when you do the individual breakdown, RJ wasn't even hit. He wasn't even on.
Yeah, he wasn't. But I mean, in them times, that's why I say we need to exploit that. Like, if you're gonna leave them two on the island, let RJ finish. Even if he got to pass it, but let him drive on him on Donovan to make Donovan play the D to move his feet, but also the ticky-tack fouls will start coming in. Because remember, in the beginning of the game, they wasn't calling none of the fouls.
No.
Then at the end of the game, they started calling everything. But we have to do that. We got to make sure that we put our right players in the right position to be able to handle those type of things, because it's not going to be an easy series. So this game marked the first of Julius' return from his injury, and that was a huge plus for us.
Right.
And then for me, and I'm not ashamed to admit, I was the one that said that maybe he should have sat out one more game, because they was making it seem like his ankle, that he was going to test it in warm-ups. If he had to do all of that, then just sit out, because it's a long series. But he came out and he showed a little bit of effects of rust, but he didn't show no effects of an ankle injury.
But see, what's crazy about that, when you said he, like, the sit, I wasn't so much worried, because Obi showed a lot of them games that he got more in his repertoire that he probably can do.
That's why he should sit also.
Yeah, so now I thought, game one, if he was going to sit, that Obi was going to start doing some, like, phenomenal stuff. But he only went back to his 1 minute, 2 minute kind of touches.
Yeah, Randall played, he played like 30-something minutes. Obi played about, 10, 11
yeah,
or
he
so.
wasn't in there too long.
Yeah.
But when he was in there,
he made use of what it was. Yeah.
I think he got an air ball to turn around and hit one. Maybe went to the basket one time. Like, it wasn't like he was present there.
Well, he balled out for his little bit of time.
As I say, he definitely was one of the people that wasn't nervous. To me, anyway.
No, everybody. I mean, as a team, they was nervous, but that's expected, because only Brunson played significant playoff time. Nobody else on our team, had that.
I ain't gonna lie, Cleveland nerves. Because remember when I was saying they had the two. What was the dude with the fro? What's his name? They had both of them in there in the start. I was like, what the heck?
Well, that's what they do. Yeah, that's.
I think we struggled with that, but they stopped.
That's their plan. Well, remember the all week leading up to that, it was Cleveland's shot blocking against our driving. Who would win? Would their shot blocking win, or our driving to the basket? So a little bit of that was shown, but not much of it in that game.
Yeah, no.
But Randall, getting back to Randall though. Randall showed me that if he played anywhere near the top of his game, he's going to be the best player on the floor, to me, if he plays near the top of his game, because what Donovan Mitchell gives us, Brunson is going to offset that.
Right.
Donovan had 38, Brunson had 27, but the impact of Brunson's 27 supersedes, to me, what Donovan was doing, because we said all along, Donovan is prone to score 40, 50 in a loss. And that's basically
You've been saying
what it
that
was
all
just
year.
Yeah, so we wanted him. We like to have had him, but at the same time, we look at the total team, it was just a Donovan Mitchell show.
I mean, even if so, it would have been good because we would have had Donovan, Brunson, and Randall. That still looks like a great team to me. That looked like we needed. But then you lost either Grimes or Quickly.
Yeah, you got to have
that would have been an
order.
issue.
Yeah, it's a pecking order. If we would have had Donovan, now
We don't got the
Brunson,
depth.
now Brunson would have become your third player.
And then do we get
We
hurt?
still have and the whole dynamic changes.
The whole thing changes.
Yeah, so every one thing affects another, but because Brunson will pretty much play even with Donovan, and then in the really case, one of them will. Brunson will, or Randall will. Her phone's gonna just keep ringing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So guys, say.
Listen, people, we won. I ain't got nothing else to say.
Don't call back. You turn it off. Sorry about that, y'all. But anyway, to me, you ain't got nothing to say after that win. What's wrong with you?
I ain't got nothing else
But
to
yeah,
say.
but either one of them is gonna score the same amount. Brunson will be the only one that will score. I mean, I'm sorry. Donovan Mitchell will be the only one that will score that type of points for them. So we don't have to worry about. We don't have to really worry about that.
We sweeping the Cavs.
As far as I ain't going there yet. We ain't going there yet.
That's on the papers. We sweeping
Nah,
the Cavs.
you want to say it? Go ahead and say it. Y'all listen.
I told him yesterday. What I say yesterday, so they know I ain't playing.
He's saying we sweeping the Cavs.
I said why? I said we win game 1, we sweeping them.
Yeah, but I'm not willing to go there. I say 6 or 7.
No, I definitely believe
Only
we sweeping them
because-
because the performance wasn't. Though we played good, the performance wasn't all the way there, and we beat them at Cleveland. Nah,
Yeah.
we sweeping them.
And we got some things we got to clean up. It'd be nice to sweep them.
They just as scared
But-
as us, and they messed up their whole game plan. When people got in foul trouble, they ain't had nothing to do with us.
But, I mean,
there's
they-
nothing they could do.
yeah.
Quickly scored 3 points.
Listen, we'll get it. I can tell you what, we'll get into that in terms of what our
As
predictions
good as
will
Randall
be.
played in the first half, he only would score like 19.
Listen,
Right? Brunson scored 27.
we're gonna come back to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's go to
We sweeping them, y'all.
RJ and let's go to Grimes. Right?
We
Between
sweeping them.
RJ and Grimes, neither one had great games, but they didn't hurt us. RJ had a steady game, but the points didn't show. But he did a lot of nice things for us. Even with the ball movement on the offensive end.
Yeah.
But RJ has to be the one that really got to step up and show flashes of greatness for this team. To me, for us to really go far in the total playoffs, it's gonna have to be RJ because we know with a good game or a bad game, Randall's still gonna have an impact on the game because of his rebounding in traffic. Brunson is gonna be steady.
Yeah, if you got Garland on you, you might as well dunk on him. RJ.
You got to pull everything out your bag because RJ is playing for a lot to me in this playoffs, and then not only is he playing because he's the third so-called star on our team. That's the one point. The second point is it's like you got to show that you were part of you and Grimes were the reasons why we don't have Donovan Mitchell. So you got to show that we didn't get Donovan Mitchell. So you and Grimes got to have a certain level of, like competence out there on the court and competitiveness, just to show that, okay, we didn't get Donovan Mitchell, but collectively us two together is better than having Donovan Mitchell. And RJ has to be the one that really, really showed that to me more than Grimes. I know Stephen A. say Grimes got to show it, but it was also RJ got to show it. And then the third thing with RJ is that RJ, you have to prove one that you're worthy of that third pick, and you also got to prove that you're still in the same class with Zion and John Morant. Like you gotta, otherwise the Knicks have to decide something later on what they're gonna do with that. Because can they be happy with him being that? If not, to me he has more to prove than anybody else. They say Randall got a lot to prove. To me, no, Randall don't have a lot to prove.
Yeah,
okay, they're worrying about Randall maybe flaking out like he did 2 years ago. But at least the one thing you got in Randall is that we know we don't get here without Randall.
Right.
It's a combination of, Randall, Brunson, but without Randall, we don't even get here. So Randall proved that he can get us to the playoffs. But can he get us over that hump? That remains to be seen, but you got to get there first. can't win unless you get there. RJ got to prove he can be that type of star player that you can lean on in those times. He has to. So I know everybody looking at Randall after 2 years ago. I'm looking at RJ, and I know that Grimes going to give us something.
I was looking at RJ, and I wanted to see what Quickly's performance was going to be. Remember, I kept saying if he shake his head and the braids move, he got a swagger, but it looked like the braids ain't move.
Well, let's jump to that then. 'Cause I lumped in this particular case, I lumped IQ and Josh Hart in the same sequence right now because Josh Hart gave us a typical Hart game. Although the way he plays, sometimes you don't know if he scored a lot or he scored a little because his play is the same.
Yeah, so you know me, I lump Hart kind of in the category of his own, like him and Brunson and even Hartenstein. They won't.
Well, they the combination. Yeah, they the combination.
They won't let us lose.
Well,
they got a whole different mindset.
Yeah, but
so no matter what they do on the court, whether they score or don't, it's like we're not gonna let us lose.
Yeah, but I was looking in terms of production. It was flip flop in their production.
Yeah,
you know. So IQ, he definitely got to come in and he got to be that bench player, that that 6th man of the year candidate. We have to have that from IQ. Even though Hart gave us 17 something whatever points last night, you may or may not always get a lot of points from Hart. But you're gonna get a steady play. But those points that we needed from Hart last night, IQ has to give us.
Right.
Like we can't worry about last time, this time in the play. You're in here now. You play great down the stretch at the end of the season, really the whole second half of the season. So you got to give us those. The Knicks are going to be relying on that.
Right.
And IQ got to give you that. And he tried to have that swagger last night, but you could see the nerves got him. He tried to have, like you said, shaking the head.
When he came in, I said, "Oh shoot, here we go!" And then it was missing. I said, "What happened?"
Listen,
3 points, passing up the ball. But like I said, everybody kind of had it in their mind, like, "Oh, give it to Brunson." Like,
no, I don't think it was just give it to Brunson. Brunson was taking it.
He was taking it, but they wasn't. I don't know. When I watch that game, I can kind of tell the difference when it's like the leader actually probably stands up and say he was very vocal last night.
Right.
He was way more leader-ish.
Well, I'm sure what he's been talking to them about is.
And I ain't never seen Brunson vocal, but not that vocal. Brunson was a whole different animal.
Because he got one thing that nobody else in our team got.
Telling the dude in the stands, watch your mouth.
Yeah, he got playoff experience.
Different, yeah.
Our guys don't got that.
Brunson That's what I'm saying. So it was almost like, he took it, but say like RJ get the ball on the wing. Any other time he go drive to the basket, whether he gonna get all the way there or not, muscle his way through. No, he drive to the back. He looked straight for Brunson.
Well, yeah, because we don't know, and that too. RJ can't do that neither. RJ got to take it.
Mitch get the ball 3-point line. Usually he probably would have did that crossover and went to the basket. Now he with Brunson.
Well, Mitch did his typical Mitch game, and we can tell that's only going to get better. But again, him and also Jarrett Allen, they will also cancel each other out. But Mitch played an excellent game. But I thought what I saw.
Allen and what's the other guy's name again?
Mobley,
man.
Yeah.
When they both was on the court at the same time.
Well, that's their game.
It wasn't the blocking. It was more so the rebounding.
Well, we didn't drive that way. That's why. Yeah.
So it was like the rebounding. It was like, dang, y'all ain't gonna give Mitch a break.
Well, no, they ain't supposed to get no break because we won that. Everything else was even. Except for us. We controlled the game on the offensive boards.
No, we did when
they had no answer.
No, when they got in foul trouble with Mobley and they had to play, they couldn't be on the court at the same time. Listen, it was different. But when they was on the court at the same time,
but we were first in the league in offensive rebounding team, and we did that. Right. We wasn't making all our second chance points, but we kept that ball alive almost every chance we got. Right. And that was probably our main reason, besides Brunson's clutch play. That was probably our main reason for winning the game, is our offensive rebounding. Right. So that's not going to be our problem because Hartenstein, Josh Hart, Randall, Mitchell, they all attack the offensive glass because people want buckets. Yeah. So the Knicks, that's not the Knicks' problem. Our problem was the turnovers. They're going to do what they're supposed to do. We didn't drive enough for them to maybe be a force in the shot blocking. But I remember RJ saying during the week, asking him about their shot blocking, is that we are very aware of it, and we can get into the lane. When we get into the lane and they come, it's either kick out or the man that came throw the lob.
But the way we drive too, it gets teams in foul trouble. So
Yeah.
I think we just need to keep, like, next game, I think they just got to play their own game the way they play. And Cleveland.
No, it's got to be. No, you can't play your own game. You got to.
Talking about when they was running.
You got to play each. You got to play each game.
We smoking them.
Yeah, but you got to play. You got to play each game towards the opponent because that's what playoff basketball is.
Right.
You got to be out there with a mindset, and I give Tibbs credit for that. They was out there with a mindset. So Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein, we got a lot from our center position in terms of points and rebounds. Right. Our center position held it down. They didn't overwhelm you with numbers, but in terms of like doing what they're supposed to do as a front court.
Yeah, Hartenstein just goes on me because I just like Hartenstein.
Yeah. Yeah,
I get nervous every time he out there by himself.
It's contagious because look how many times, it wasn't a lot, but when Randall was backdooring RJ in them. You know, you see Hart do it. And you know if you take a second or two, now maybe Randall don't hit them plays if he's 100%. So for him to like keep himself in check and play within himself, he hit a couple of backdoor plays.
Yeah, I like.
So
yeah,
and you get that from your center. You see somebody doing it, then you start doing it. But you know they gave us they protect the glass, especially on the offensive end, and they gave us what they were supposed to give us. So it's like second shots, we had them all night long. But it was a sequence where we just kept missing them. And again, that will go with the nerves. That will clean itself up. But we need to get Mitch going early to me because I was looking at that. Because you know that shot blocking they got, it's not going nowhere. Not to me so much the glass, it's the shot blocking. So we have to get Mitch going in some screening rolls, and then we got to get Mitch going on some backdoor plays. Right. This way, that's going to open it up for our drivers. Because if they know Mitch is lurking back there, and they know that all eyes is on Mitch, defense is going to be too reluctant to come out. You know, when Brunson and IQ and them start driving. Right. See, Josh Hart doesn't matter. He's driving right at your body. Yeah. So he got, those 3 or 4 baskets that he always get driving into the lane. But if we want to be able to protect Brunson and IQ and them going into the lane with their floaters, then we got to show them that Mitch is back there and he's a lob threat from anywhere on the court. So it's just little things that we have to do. Hartenstein, he's doing what he's supposed to do. Right. He's never going to fully stand out, but the players know if I do this or this, that ball's going to be there. Right. So I mean the Knicks, they doing as a team, some of the things that they really supposed to do. And I liked it as a collectively. I like the way Tibbs really was handling and managing the game. I think for the first time in a long time, he was coaching. Now maybe playoff basketball is where he's in his element, but like pull Randall out early, get him back in there.
He was definitely coaching when he called timeout after 10 seconds.
yeah, in the second half. Yeah, but I like in the first quarter. He pulled Randall out and he put him back in the first quarter.
He didn't even let Brunson sit there and say, "Oh, let me stay in." I pulled him out, sat him for a while. We still was up 10.
Yeah, the Knicks play. Listen,
even though they said we 1-on-1 basketball, I think that's only when Brunson and Randall was in the game. But other than that, they was moving the ball because of their nerves. So
yeah, we played a steady game. People can say what they want. The Knicks was here. The Knicks look like a playoff basketball team.
We sweeping or we not, man?
We not sweeping.
We sweeping or we
not?
We
ain't sweeping. We ain't sweeping. But what we're gonna do is that I think we should get them in 6.
All right. So
if not 7.
I said, listen. If we beat them on the first game at Cleveland, it's hard as hell probably to beat teams at Cleveland on the first game. You want the second game, right? At Cleveland.
I mean, I want the second game, but I wanted a split. I wanted the first one to take the pressure off the second one.
Y'all want this second one. If we go home,
of course we want it.
The New York is gonna be in a frenzy.
If we go home, we definitely get it. But so I'm looking at it different. If we go home, we definitely getting 1.
Nah,
if we
I'm
win this
at
one,
these players. Mobley, he went missing for a little bit, and then because we ain't talk about it. They did have Donovan Mitchell on smash for I think the third quarter. One of them quarters, he was quiet. Grimes had him on. They were trying to get him the ball, and they couldn't even get Donovan Mitchell the ball. Oh, yeah. Y'all ain't peeped that.
No, I ain't peeped that because Donovan looked like...
No, Donovan was... I kept looking at every time he scored or did something, I kept looking at you. I was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah, but I was not worried about Donovan
Mobley
scoring.
was getting on my nerves. I'm like, why does he keep getting...
Well, Mobley only had about 8 or 9. Just the way he got it.
The way he got it.
Yeah,
the way he was
but that's what they... Yeah, but Mobley is a good player. The key was neutralizing Garland. That's the key. Because them other guys ain't gonna get big points.
Garland, they did all right, but like you said,
we did a hell of a.
He ain't been the same since, like you said, since Mitchell.
Garland had 17. Josh Hart had 17.
I don't think Garland has that. See how Donovan Mitchell looks in the crowd, makes the faces, shows the attitude. Garland don't got no attitude. Like he just.
It was different when it was just him.
I can see if he had an attitude. Like I was kind of hoping that Randall got mad. Like he almost started cursing out the ref, and then something tell me maybe he need that little edge.
Nah, he can't.
Because when he start getting mad, you see he start dunking, throwing elbow.
Yeah, but then you don't lose sight of team ball. Yeah, but Garland lost his edge when they got Mitchell.
Yeah, so
because he was past year he was flexing his muscle.
We sweep,
but he don't got the ball.
We sweep.
What y'all think? How many? And I think 6. Now,
is 6,
if we sweep them, fine. But I think it's going 6 or 7 only because only Jalen Brunson has been there.
I think we're gonna have to sweep them because if we play Milwaukee, I don't know. Well, I think we're gonna need some rest.
I ain't worrying about Milwaukee neither. Milwaukee, of course, is a way better team with big bodies.
They play physical like
think
us.
About the Knicks. If the Knicks are clicking, you can play with anybody, and all you need to do is keep it close enough to have that clutch man, whoever it is that day. If it's Randall, if it's Brunson. But as far as this series right here, I think I'm pretty sure we can win this series. How we win it in terms of time, that remains to be seen.
Next game we smoking them.
All right, well, let us know what y'all think in the comments. And if you made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe. Help us grow this channel. Share it with a friend. All right, Tuesday is game 2. If we win that one, you know the Garden next weekend is going to be rocking. I know a lot of YouTubers was at the game last night. Not me. I was home watching on TV, but that's
somebody
fine.
get us some tickets, man.
Nah. I probably end up being at one, but if I'm not, it don't matter.
Well, somebody come get me.
All right, so
put sweep in the comments if we sweep it.
Yes. Till next time. Sweet. Nah.